are able for the reading of our gospel. The Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O God.
Then the kingdom of heaven will be like this. 10 bridesmaids took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. When the foolish took their lamps, they took no oil with them. But the wise took flasks of oil with their lamps. As the bridegroom was delayed, all of them became drowsy and slept. But at midnight there was a shout, "Look, here is the bridegroom, come out to meet him." Then all those bridesmaids got up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." But the wise replied, "No, there will not be enough for you and for us. You had better go to the dealers and buy some for yourselves." And while they went to buy it, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went with him into the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later, the other bridesmaids came also, saying, "Lord, Lord, open to us." But he replied, "Truly I tell you, I do not know you. Keep awake, therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour." The Gospel of the Lord.
Thanks to you, O God.
Please be seated. These are just such cheery lessons that we were shared with today. Oh boy, we don't want to hear you sing. We don't want your food. We don't want nothing. We want justice. Well, we'll call our justice our boxes, because I think we've done that well. And everything seems very apocalyptic in the readings that we have. And in this season of Matthew, he is our most apocalyptic gospel writer. But I found something to share with you that's not quite as apocalyptic. Man, it's a hard word to say more than one time. All right, so when I came in this morning, I came in slowly. And I came and spoke slowly. And we all went, That was good. Because we need to slow down. We need to slow down, and we need to get ready. How many of you have seen the movie Home Alone? Yes. So we have a huge house. And in this huge house is the family that lives there. Mom, Dad, and 4 or 5 kids. And then, of course, the aunties and the uncles and their children have come. And this house is busy. And it is hectic. And it is going. Because they're heading to Paris for Christmas. And they go to sleep, which is a good thing. Apparently, the alarm does not go off. And they awake to the honking of the vans, ready to pick them up and take them to the airport. Alas, they are not ready, and they are not slow. They are in a hurry, because we've got to get to the vans, we've got to get to the airport, we've got to get to the gate. This was before security, big time, and we've got to get on that plane so we can get to Paris for Christmas. Let's go! And they make it. They make it to all those places. And then Mrs. Mom and Mr. Dad are sitting on the plane thinking, I know that we have forgotten something because we've been so busy. Let's see. Did you shut the garage door? Yeah, I shut the garage door. Okay. Did you lock the door and close the windows? I don't know why the windows would have been open. It was December and there was snow. But anyhow, yes, I did those things. Mom thinks some more. She thinks some more. We forgot Kevin at home. Kevin is in 2nd grade. Now imagine your children when they were in 2nd grade and leaving them home alone. Now they're in the air on their way to Paris. Not too much they can do about it, right? They got to get to the end of their journey to make it back. So there we have poor Kevin. He's home alone. He wakes up long after everybody else has left, and he wanders through the house. Oh, so tired. Mom? Dad? Buzz? Anybody? Somebody? I'm slow down. And we need to think things through. We need to get ready. So how do we slow down? We live in a hectic, fast-paced life. Either by our own choosing or by the world just scooping us up into all of its busyness. Those of you who have small children, who have little bitty critters who do this, and little bittier critter, well, a little more critter who is doing some of this, and some of this, because they're just learning. For you to be here this morning is amazing. Because you had to get that little bitty critter ready, and then you had to get another little size ready, and then you had to get yourself ready, and now it's 2 minutes to 9, and you know Pastor's going to start any minute, and we're not there. Maybe we just won't go because we'll be late. Don't ever do that. I don't care if you walk in here at 9:50. You come here. It don't matter. You're not late until the door is shut, which we heard in our gospel lesson. So how do we prepare? How do we get ready? We're moving into the last couple of Sundays of Pentecost, time after Pentecost, and we're preparing for Advent, which we know is the season for waiting, for getting ourselves together, for preparing our hearts for the big adventure of our Lord being born and all that that entails. But how do we prepare to prepare for that? That's a very good question. Does anybody have an answer? I don't have any water up here, so y'all need to answer. I got no water. How do we prepare to prepare? Perhaps some who might know this best are the ladies who cooked last night. They prepared to prepare. I saw notes flying. I heard phone calls being made. I heard Janet being rattled for her stuffing recipe until it fell out of her. They prepared to prepare. They looked at all the steps that were going to happen. We need somebody to chop celery and onions for the stuffing. We need potatoes peeled. Oh wait, but we've got to get stuff ordered too. Okay, so we got to do that, and we got to do that. And then when we get all that done, then on Saturday we'll all come together and we'll start to prepare. There was a lot of preparation to get prepared for it. How do we do that? How do we do that as Christians? Do we begin to let go of things that aren't important? So maybe my Thanksgiving dinner is going to have to be a little skinny because what's really more important is that I'm there to settle myself at the Thanksgiving Eve worship. So maybe instead of 18 pies, you're only going to get 15 so that I can spend that time preparing myself for what is to come. Letting go is not easy. I will be the first one to share that. It's hard to let go because it's either a tradition or it's the only way you know of doing something. Sometimes we have to let go and say, it's all right. They'll live with only 15 kinds of pie. No one's going to die with that. As we prepare to put ourselves in preparation for Advent, perhaps we need priorities. Okay, I can't let go of anything, but how can I prioritize myself, my life, so that what comes first is God. Is God and not the Christmas list, or not the get ready for taxes list, or the whatever list that lives in your head that you continually are preparing for. Perhaps the preparation of putting God first as a priority will help work everything else out. In our lesson, one of our lessons, we heard, let justice fall like streams in the water. Let God be that headstone of water, and let Him help us work everything else out. That is important. In your newsletter this month, if you have read it, just saying, if you've read it, you will see a litany of things that this church body is doing one way or another. Whether through Christian Women's Fellowship or Peacemakers or Men's Bible Study or Thanksgiving Eve service, Advent Family Time to Festival, whatever it is, I am not helping you with the cause of slowing down. But I acknowledge it too, see. So I say, I'm going to make y'all crazy. I say that ahead of time so that perhaps, and I put that with this caveat, that if you feel you can't come to the Wednesday night Thanksgiving Eve service because you know you were not going to get this and this done, and if you couldn't get it done, that I'd come to your house and help you, well, I wrote that before I knew I was going to have to fly to Alabama. So maybe I'll have to volunteer my family instead. Because I'm not going to be here to help you either. So we laugh and we joke about that. And we joke about the 2-page long list of things that we are doing. But what we need to do first is, one, give thanks to God. Give thanks to God that we are gathered here together today as a family. We give thanks to God that we are just here. And that our feet have touched the floor this day. And we have had the strength of mind and body to dress ourselves, to drive ourselves here. We give thanks for the simple things in life. And when we begin to slow down and begin to put God first and begin to be thankful for those things that are so minuscule that we do it without thinking, when we start doing those things, I think perhaps the things that we really don't need or maybe aren't high priority just naturally begin to slip away because they're no longer that important. Because you have all these other things that now fill your mind. The thankfulness for God, the thankfulness for family, the thankfulness for your church family, the thankfulness of whatever that is for you. And today I just invite you to be Kevin's mom and say, what have I forgotten? And it was all the little details that were taken care of. But it was the huge detail that was overlooked by all the tiny stuff. We need to let go of the tiny stuff and focus on the big stuff, like our faith, our beliefs, our spiritualness. That, I think, is the lesson I find out of our bridesmaids today. It wasn't my intent to preach this. My intent was to preach the shut door. But the words did not come for that. The words came for this, such as they are. I hope this morning, as we slow down, and slowing down does not mean grudge and we have to sing sad songs, move slowly, and just be miserable. That's not what slowing down means. Slowing down just means being more thoughtful about what we do, Did you feel less welcome this morning because I came slowly and I spoke differently than I do on most of our other Sundays? Did you feel less welcomed? No, Pastor, we thought it went pretty good. We're really glad you taught us that lesson. Good example. Well, you're welcome. I love being here with you people. And I only want the best for us. And I think what I'm saying to you today helps us reach some of our bestestness, which I know also isn't a word, so I apologize to our teachers. But I use a lot of words that aren't real words. Anyhow, thank you all for being here and for slowing down, at least for a good 2 hours, to be here today. Not that I'm keeping you 2 hours, but by the time you got up and you drove here and you eat a little something and you get back home, you may be in the 2 hour realm. That's all I'm saying. We're not going to be here 2 hours because I'm going to go see a movie show this afternoon in Lynch. So there you go. Because I'm going to slow down too, and I'm going to go to that movie show. Because otherwise I would be at home continuing to prepare for my absence. So I'm going to be a leader in this, and I'm going to say we need to slow down. Slow down. I know it's so cliche to say stop and smell the roses. I don't like that. But I'm saying slow down and take notice of your life. Because it's beautiful, and your children, your grandchildren, you yourself, this is the only time and space and place that you have, is the here and the now. And before all too long, Miss Pam, that baby in your belly is going to be heading off to college before you even realize it. And you'll go, where did the time go? I know you're thinking right now, yeah, what is it? Come to my house, Pastor. That slows down. That slows down. Of course not. Of course not. That's my words today. I hope you find them useful. I hope you can find something to take away and put into your life that will help you slow down. So, let's prepare. Let's prepare for the rest of our lives. Amen.